Healthy family. Do you know blood sugar spikes are not just about sugar? Stress, poor sleep, and even sitting long hours can raise your numbers, even without eating a simple thing. Today, we are going to be discussing on the truth about blood sugar reversal. We are going to focus on 5 natural ways you can successfully reverse your blood sugar. I'm scientist Chinech Chukudi, a trained medical laboratory scientist, a health and wellness strategist, and the lead instructor at Rafa Soul Impact. If you've been struggling with high and fluctuating blood sugar, you're not alone. Most people think it takes years or even endless medications to manage rather, blood sugar. But in reality, your body was designed to heal itself. It was also designed to reset when you give it the right tools. I've helped people move from living in fear of complications to regaining their energy, confidence, and freedom over their health without depending on medications. If you've been struggling with high blood sugar, constant fatigue, or even fear of long term complications, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to show you 5 natural ways that can make a difference. They are simple, they are practical, and they are science backed. What are your options? You have lots of options, I can tell you. There are so many questions I've heard people ask. Am I going to live on drugs forever? That is diabetes really hereditary? Do I have to give up on rice? Am I going to live with diabetes forever? Claire, this myth keeps people stuck. Many believe that medications fix high blood sugar, but the truth is, drugs only manage your numbers, not the root causes. And since you start using drugs, you've only been managing it, you've not been able to reverse it. Think about a weed in a garden. Drugs cut the leaves, but lifestyle changes and uproots the weeds. That's the difference between temporal control and long-term reversal. Blood sugar problems don't come from one food or one moment. They come from daily habits that have been stacked over time. That's why solution also lies in daily intentional choices and not a food you eat in just one day. Start by understanding how high blood sugar works. When you eat food that are high in carbohydrates, like your rice, bread, yam, gari, they are broken down into glucose, or you could say sugar, in your stomach and intestine. This sugar will move into your bloodstream, raising your blood sugar levels. Now, there's a hormone called pancreas. Pancreas will now alert its messenger, which is insulin. Insulin acts as a messenger that holds the key. When your blood sugar is rising, pancreas will alert the insulin. The insulin will now carry its key, go to 3 major cells: the muscle cells, liver cells, and fat cells. With the key, it will open up the cells and store the glucose there. When this is being stored there, that means the glucose in the bloodstream will be reduced. The glucose that is being stored in the muscle cells, they are stored as glycogen, and it helps to give you quick energy whenever you move, you walk, or you exercise. The ones that are being stored in the liver are still stored as glycogen, and this liver acts like a backup generator. When your blood sugar level drops too low, the liver will release sugar or glucose back into your blood to still keep you alive. This happens especially at night or whenever you're fasting. That's when the glucose in the liver is being released back into your bloodstream. Now there is a third part, which is the fat cells. When there is too much sugar and the other storerooms like the liver cells and the muscle cells are full, insulin will now carry the remaining glucose into the fat cells. But now, instead of them to be stored as glycogen, they are stored as fat, which is why excess carbohydrates over time leads to weight gain. Did you understand to this point? If you keep eating high carbohydrate food all the time, your cell will start saying, we are full, we don't want more sugar, because obviously you're overloading the cells, and they will stop opening up to insulin. When they start being stubborn to insulin, you will now say that the insulin has become resistant to the now. Even though the pancreas sends insulin, the cells don't listen. Remember, the pancreas is trying to reduce the sugar in your bloodstream. So it is sending insulin to get to work. It's sending more insulin. Yet insulin does not have anywhere to pack the ones that it has carried out. So the sugar remains in the bloodstream. Insulin can't carry them anywhere. The cells are overloaded. Your bloodstream is overloaded. And when this happens, this blood sugar, they'll begin to attach themselves in different parts of our body. In the skin, that's what causes aging, acne. In your eye, it will appear as cataracts. It also causes infertility, leg amputation. It will start entering the kidney and so many other places, including the brain. Why do we need natural method? Our body is designed to heal and rebalance itself when we give it the right tools. Imagine your body like a car. When you fuel it with the right petrol, you check the oil and maintain it always, it will run smoothly. True or false? But when you pour in the wrong fuel and never service your car, my dear, it will disappoint you along the way. It will break down, and I pray it doesn't happen in a lonely place. This is what happens with your blood sugar. Natural methods like the right food, regular movement, proper rest, and stress management helps to reset your body. Imagine your health to be like this. Medication can hold the door for a while, but the right keys, the natural ways, they will open it for you to walk in freely. And this is what we call the Russell framework. With the right nutrition, activities and movement, stress management, optimal sleep, intentional lifestyle shifts, you will be able to reverse your high blood sugar. You'll be able to reverse your blood sugar and enter into remission. Let's talk about right nutrition. When you talk about nutrition, it's not just about what you eat. Did you know that the same bowl of rice can spike two people's sugar differently? It's not just what you eat, but how you combine it. Eating just carb will lead to a fast sugar spike. Combining your carb with fiber and protein will slow your blood sugar. But then how you combine it also matters. It's like pouring water on a slope. You know, when you pour water on a slope, it's usually fast and it's uncontrollable. That's what happens. Versus pouring water into a sponge. It's slow, but it's steady. That's the balance. Portion control is very important. You can see this plate here, right? When you get your plate, 50% of it should be your vegetable. Don't say you eat vegetable, whereas it's just a tiny quantity of vegetable that is in a big bowl of rice. That was a mistake we made growing up. If you've heard my story before, why I started Rafa Soul Impact, so it's because of what happened to my mom. I grew up learning how to eat food with vegetable, but what quantity were we eating? So this is the right portion. You eat your vegetable first. In this plate now, your vegetable should go in first to create a protective mesh that before after your vegetable, you take your protein. Before the carb comes in, there's already a protective mesh. It will not spike. It will not spike your blood sugar. You pair smartly. You don't eat just rice. You eat rice with either moi moi, vegetables, chickpea, anything, protein, fiber, but don't eat just carbohydrates, just rice. Eat mindfully. Don't just be eating like they just release you from the prison. Eat with intention, eat with caution. Eat and chew your food. As you're chewing, it helps you to reduce overeating, and it helps your metabolism to respond faster than when you're eating like someone they just released out of the prison. The next point we have here is activity and movement. According to Journal of Diabetes Research, and many other journals also have this, if you take 10 minutes walk after meal, especially at night, it reduces your blood sugar spike by 22%. You know what that means, right? Someone that walks after dinner and someone that will slump in their bed after dinner, they cannot have the same blood sugar level. You don't need a gym or hours of workout. The science has shown us that just 10 minutes after meal, it's very important. It's not just to wake up and start doing your exercise. Yeah, it's good to do exercise, right? It keeps you fit and it helps your longevity. But when it comes to blood sugar, that after meal post movement is very important. Remember, we said that one of the cells where the sugar in your bloodstream is being sent to is muscle. Now, your muscle cells act like a sponge. They are pulling out sugar out of your blood and they are using it for energy. When you eat food that are high in carbohydrate, right? Your insulin is the one doing the work. But whether you eat food that is high in carb or not, and you decide to take a walk, your muscle cells on their own act as a natural insulin and take out the glucose that are in your bloodstream. So instead of you to think of exercise as a punishment, no, think about it as a secret sugar switch. So next time you're thinking of a way to reduce your blood sugar instantly, remember your activity. Don't forget it. It's very important. Stress management. There's something surprising you need to know. Stress can raise your blood sugar faster than a plate of rice or even soda. Yes. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol. This cortisol tells your liver to pump out sugar as a natural way of you to either fly, fight, or flee. This is called emergency energy. It's giving you emergency energy. And imagine that it's not like that you have a war, you have war you're going to fight. It might be just deadline you're trying to meet. It might be bills that is bothering you, and your liver has released glucose to add it to the one that is in your bloodstream. What do you think will happen? Or even if you've not eaten, it will not release glucose and add it to your bloodstream. It will increase your blood sugar level. Managing stress is very important. Stress is something that is constant, which is why we don't talk about stress avoidance. We talk about stress management because nobody avoids stress 100%. You learn how to manage your stress. Sugar stays high even if you don't touch any food if you are stressed. What are the various ways you can manage stress? Breathing exercise, prayer, journaling, you take short breaks. You are work, abi, you have deadline to meet, but just take 5 minutes and come back. It can help you. Let me tell you something. Let me share some of my tips. I talk to flowers. If I'm feeling overwhelmed and I'm walking, I will take a walk or talk to flowers or do my mirror walk. There are so many things I do, but it's usually from within. You call a friend, anything you know that makes you happy, that helps you at that point to manage pressure you're facing. So when you come back, what happens is that you will not miss that deadline, but you're able to tackle it with more focus and clarity. And it will increase your productivity. That's what happens when you manage stress, especially at work. Next point here is optimal sleep. See, sleep is not a luxury. Oh. Sleep is not luxury at all. If you sleep for 5 minutes today, tomorrow, your blood sugar will behave like you ate cake. Poor sleep makes your body resistant to insulin. It will trigger craving. Poor sleep stimulates hunger hormone like ghrelin. Ghrelin will tell your body you're hungry, whereas you've eaten something, which is why when you're awake at night, especially midnight, you tend to want to eat something, and it's usually something sweet because your brain is telling you that you need energy. That's what happens. When you don't sleep, it will trigger your cravings for sweet things. And you know what happens when you take sweet things? It will increase, it will spike your blood sugar level. Even if you don't take that sweet things, that sleep you did not sleep is already affecting your blood sugar. Because when you sleep is the time that your body heals. It's time your body rejuvenates. And it will leave you tired. That's like a triple hit. You're tired, you're craving, and your body has become resistant to insulin. But good sleep, on the other hand, will help to reset your hormone. It will help your body heal and balance your blood sugar naturally. Sleep is not laziness, it's a therapy. 6 hours of quality sleep can do wonders than 10 hours of just sleeping. Quality sleep. When you talk about quality sleep, what you do before you start sleeping, what happens as you sleep, and what you do when you wake up, they all matter when you talk about quality sleep. Let's go to the next point, intentional lifestyle. Quick fix don't last. 80% of crash diets fall under max 6 months. Instead of going for quick fix, intentionally shift your daily lifestyle. That soda, swap it for water. Take 10 minutes walk, especially after eating. Prioritize your bedtime. Sleep and wake the same time. Max plus or minus 1 hour. Our body likes rhyme. So whenever we do something at the same time, like a routine, our body enjoys it. Each small step we take, it always stack up. It's like saving in a bank. The inch you don't get you don't get your money that day. You don't get it immediately. The interest will compound. And when this happens, that's when you see your transformation. It's not a quick fix. It's something you intentionally work towards because you intentionally or maybe mistakenly walked yourself to high blood sugar. Now you have to intentionally walk yourself out of high blood. Picture this: a busy banker always tired at noon, relying on coffee and snack to survive the day. After learning this principle, now she's the one on the right. She has swapped her breakfast bread for egg and veggies. She now takes 10 minutes walk. After lunch, you can see her walking and she has started sleeping early. Within 3 weeks, her blood sugar dropped, her energy doubled, and she stopped depending on constant snack. That's how small shifts add up. Now meet the Russell individual. Who is this Russell individual? The Russell individual is an individual that has applied these 5 keys and has become resilient in their health. It has become aligned with their habits, strong in metabolism, optimizing lifestyle, and intentional in making their choices. This is the person who no longer fears the glucose meter because their number finally reflects their efforts. You can pause at this point and read what our happy clients have to say. We don't just teach you theory. We've worked with people who felt defeated by medication. We've helped them regain freedom over their sugar, their weight, and their health. We've built frameworks like RASO framework, which you use for the 30-day crush your blood sugar level challenge, and it has constantly delivered results. I understand your struggles because I've seen them firsthand, and I know the heart of freedom, which is why I'm inviting you to come join us this day. If you're tired of depending on medication, tired of watching your numbers rise, tired of living in fear of complication, the best time to act is now. It's because of you I created the 30-day crush your blood sugar level challenge program. It's a step-by-step system to help you eat, move, and live in a way that reverses your blood sugar naturally and takes you away from medication. These are all the things you're going to be learning. Don't wait till another scare pushes you to act. Spots are limited. And once we close, that's it. You have to wait for the next edition, which is going to be next year. Now, scan the QR code on your screen, or you could do a direct transfer to our account details here. One decision today can rewrite the next 30 years of your health. Go ahead and scan the QR code and claim your peace before it's gone. If this gave you clarity, share with someone who needs hope. Blood sugar doesn't have to control your life. Knowledge is power, but only if it's applied. So I'll be waiting for you in the group. Feel free to follow us, comment on this if you found it valuable, like, share with your friends. You can reach us on WhatsApp or call us here. Follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn at Scientist Chinaya Chukwudi, TikTok and Instagram at Science Nerves. I would be waiting for you.